You may think that you have it all, the success, the confidence, the fancy car, the handbags, the dashing looks, perfect hair. But there are 12 traits that can make even the most attractive person very ugly. Now, if you are interested, stay tuned. Not taking the blame. If you did something wrong or you said something bad, but you just cannot admit it to the person calling you out for that behavior, that you did that thing, and you try to twist their words, well, this is known as gaslighting. And be assured, this is not behavior that people like to see. So if you cannot be held accountable for your decisions, well, people will find you very, very unattractive. Closed body language, just like this. Despite how much effort you actually put into how you look, did you know you can undo all of that hard work by closing off your position, folding your arms and your hands, or putting your hands into the back of your pockets means you are communicating to the world around you that you are judging people, and holding back from engaging with the world. Lying, yes. If you have to lie to impress others, then you need to do some inner work on yourself to reveal that amazing, shiny confidence that is inside you. Now, lying to people doesn't set you up on a good path of likability with friendships, with work environments, or even relationships. People can spot liars a mile off, so don't do it. This one is aimed to more the curvy figure people watching the video, and that is being super skinny. Aha! A study in 1994 by a Texas professor states that men like 0.67 and 0.8 hip ratio. So it turns out men do not care what BMI a lady has. It's that low hip to waist ratio that really makes them weak. So do not overwork yourself, because guys do not like skinny girls. It's a fact, it's one of those things, so please do not change yourself just so a guy likes you. No sense of humour. If you are a serious person who doesn't laugh at anyone's jokes and you struggle to laugh together with friends, then expect this to take a dive with your perceived perception of relationships. Now, we love to be around people where we can just relax and exhale and have a laugh and feel comfortable. So being around someone who doesn't make jokes or makes you laugh can feels strange, and it feels like you are constantly on your tiptoes, or even worse, feels like you are sat in a strict class of history at school. Being lazy. Everything from not being hardworking, no drive to finish projects, and uncooperation gives you a bad mark in the world of people connections. Now, scientists once conducted a 6-week experiment, and they asked people to be rated on their personality traits and also their attractiveness. Can you guess what happens? After the 6 weeks, scientists revealed that people that were average at the start of attractiveness appeared a lot less attractive towards the end of the experiment if they were caught being lazy. Heavy smoking, substance abuse, and excessive drinking. Despite what Hollywood has done with our brains and made us feel that men are a lot more attractive if they drink a strong bourbon or they are smoking a cigar. In the real world, out the window. It becomes very unattractive if they do this excessively. And if you want to settle down with someone, you of course are going to think twice about it if they are an excessive smoker or they drink lots. Now, the reason for this is because our brains tell us that that person has a dependency on something. Therefore, it triggers a low value esteem about them, and it shows that that person has a lack of self-control. Being unreliable, probably the highest negative trait people could say. People that are late and they have to cancel plans from time to time. Look, that's okay. Life does happen. It's one of those things. But for you out there that considers flaking on people consistently, listen up. If you are the person that cancels plans last minute because you just, don't feel like it, or you never agree to plans when people suggest something, people find this very unattractive. Let's face it, you cannot have a healthy long-term relationship with someone if they constantly let you down with plans and they always show up late, because it tells us these people have bad time and mind management and that they need to mature more and respect other people's values and time. Not showing interest when someone is talking. This applies to the dating world and also to the world of friendships. If you engage in a conversation with someone, but very, very quickly it turns around to, well, just you, I need you to consider how this affects the other person in the conversation. If you do not actively listen to what someone says, use non-verbal cues, like this, nodding your head and surprise faces, and you do not ask someone to explain more about what they are talking about, well, you are not scoring social points here. And if you cut people off when they talk and you never ask them for their opinions and you don't fully listen because you're busy texting or doing something else, well, no one is going to engage with you because you just appear that you have a lot of disrespect for people. Insecurities. Let's face it, we all have things that we wish were different about ourselves or something that we wish we could improve on. And that's just part of being human. I'm afraid we all have it. However, if you make it known to people what your insecurities are and they are very much aware of them, then you can come across as very unattractive, because most people are not willing to wait for someone to work through it or to continue a relationship because of these issues. Now, a great example would be if you are trying to date someone that has some insecurities about how they look. If they always bring up how they feel ugly and they're always fishing out for compliments and asking for your opinion, well, that person in the relationship is just not willing to work through it with you when they can just find someone that doesn't have that insecurities. It's all about being confident with who you are and not seeking for direct approval from people around you. One-upping people. Some people are competitive by nature, but this causes an issue when someone has to always, I'm rolling my eyes right now, always have to say something about what someone else did and how their version was better. It's about how they experienced something and how it's worth more than what you did. For example, you could tell someone that, I've just booked a flight to stay in Turkey for 3 weeks, and someone tells you, oh dear, well, I've been there before, 2 times in fact, and it's not very nice. You should go to this place instead because it's amazing. Or someone tells you how you should do something rather than just letting you do it your way, which isn't going to hurt them in any way. Elitism. Get ready for the eye rolling. You are going to feel, and it's excessive, get ready. Because this is a trait that so many of us have that we don't even realize it. If you find yourself talking with someone who brags about how much money they make, the things they own, how many kill to death ratios they got on card, and how they are more of a power person in their work position, well, there we go. We just know that's not attractive, don't we? Being humble is the most important value trait that you can have, and being the complete opposite is never a good thing, and you will come across as very, very unattractive. And there you go, my friend. We've reached the end of the video, and I hope these traits have helped you to understand how you can just modify your behavior ever so slightly so you have successful relationships with all those people around you. And I hope this has given you lots of food for thought. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this video and if you will be using these tips, and I will see you in the next video. So like and subscribe and have a lovely day. Goodbye.